All right, let's talk about something that most people avoid like the plague, unless they're whispering about it behind closed doors, Googling it in private, or pretending like they already know everything there is to know when deep down they're full of questions they're too embarrassed to ask. We're going there today, and yeah, it's going to get uncomfortable for some of you, but that's where the growth is. That's where the truth lies. Because oral sex is one of those things that everyone seems to talk around, never directly. And what we don't talk about clearly, we often don't understand clearly. We've got layers of shame, performance pressure, insecurity, myths, and silence piled on top of something that is supposed to be about connection, trust, joy, vulnerability, and pleasure. And if nobody ever pulled back the curtain and told you the truth, if all you learned about oral sex came from a random health class that barely talked about anything beyond STD and pregnancy, or from unrealistic, performative, and often problematic portrayals in porn, or from a partner who didn't even know what they wanted, then let me be the one who says what should have been said a long time ago. Oral sex is not dirty, it's not shameful, it's not something only certain kinds of people do. It's a human experience, a deeply personal one, and how you feel about it is rooted in how you feel about yourself, your voice, your worth, your body, your pleasure, your boundaries. And what I want for you, what you deserve, is not just better sex, not just better conversations around sex, but a better relationship with your own damn self, because it starts there. That's what nobody tells you. So let's rip the band-aid off and start with this. Oral sex is not about being amazing at it. It's not about mastering some secret skill set or having the most jaw-dropping technique. I don't care how many magazine articles you've read or what some influencer said in a video. This is about connection. It's about communication. It's about actually being present with another human being. That means saying what you want. It means asking what they want. It means being willing to talk, even when it's awkward. Because that awkward moment you're avoiding, that is the doorway to so much more satisfaction, confidence, clarity, and yes, better sex. It's not about performing like you're in a movie. It's not about pretending you know everything. It's about showing up honestly and saying, this is what I like. Or can you do that differently? Or even, I don't know how to say this, but I want to try. You know what that is. That's real intimacy. That's bravery, and that's what creates actual connection. Let's also talk about desire, because most people don't understand how desire actually works, especially when it comes to oral sex. We've been conditioned to think it's about instant arousal, fast results, porn-style reactions. That's not real. Real desire builds slowly. It starts way before you even get to the bedroom. It starts with how you talk to each other, how you show up for each other, how safe you feel in your own body. Desire is not a light switch. It's a dimmer, it's contextual, it's complicated, it's intelligent, and when you start to understand that, you stop expecting things to just click into place like a scripted fantasy. You realize that wanting to feel desired is not shallow, it's human. You realize that being vulnerable doesn't make you needy, it makes you courageous. And oral sex, when it's coming from that place of real connection, real desire, and real communication, it's not just hot, it's transformational. But you can't get there when shame is sitting between you and the experience, and we've all got it. Shame about how our body looks, shame about how it smells, shame about wanting it, shame about not wanting it, shame about whether we're good enough. And here's what I need you to understand. That shame, it's not yours. You weren't born with it. You were taught it. You absorbed it. You picked it up from culture, from bad partners, from religion, from media, from years of silence. And now it's time to let it go. Shame does not belong in your sex life. Not anymore. Because shame keeps you quiet. It keeps you small. It keeps you disconnected from your body, your power, and your partner. It tells you lies like, you should be more experienced by now, or you shouldn't like that, or you're broken if you don't enjoy this. All of it lies. Here's the truth. You are allowed to like what you like. You are allowed to not like what you don't like. You are allowed to be curious. You are allowed to feel awkward. You are allowed to ask for what you want without guilt. And you are allowed to take up space in your body, in your relationship, in your pleasure. This is your life. This is your body. And when you stop asking for permission to explore it, that's when everything changes. Let's also talk about confidence because everyone wants it, especially in the bedroom, and very few people understand how to build it. You think confidence is what you need in order to try something new. No, confidence is what you get after you try something new. It's not the prerequisite, it's the reward, it's the byproduct of courage. The only way to build confidence in sex, in work, in life is to show up before you feel ready. You show up messy, you show up nervous, you show up imperfect, and you do it anyway because you want more for yourself than a life lived in fear or performance or silence. You want truth, you want presence. You want real, not perfect. That's what builds confidence, not faking it, not pushing through, but being honest about what's real for you. And oral sex, when stripped of the pressure and the shame and the performance, is one of the most vulnerable things two people can experience. There is no hiding in it, there is no pretending, it's raw, it's intimate, and it requires trust in your partner, yes, but more importantly in yourself. Trust that your body is worthy, trust that your boundaries matter. Trust that you're allowed to want what you want. And here's the final truth I need to drop on you. If you do not feel safe, I mean truly safe, don't do it. Period. It doesn't matter how long you've been together. It doesn't matter if they're pressuring you. It doesn't matter if you've done it before. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to honor your body and your gut and your truth. That is not selfish, that is self-respect, and that is non-negotiable, because when you feel safe, that's when your body opens up, that's when your desire shows up, that's when pleasure becomes possible. Not when you're performing, not when you're rushing, not when you're pushing through something you don't want to do. You deserve more than that. You deserve joy and ease and honesty and depth. You deserve to know your body without fear. You deserve to give and receive pleasure without guilt, and you deserve to stop living under the weight of rules and roles that were never made for you. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be willing to show up, willing to listen, willing to speak, willing to be real. That's it, and that's everything.